If you don't know me and this is your first time, letting some other people in. So if you don't know me, this is your first time watching. My name is Dea Morris, and I'll be doing the webinar today about print profits and how you can make money selling print. So I have been doing this for the past 4 years. If you know me, you already know that. And so I have started teaching. I started teaching other people how to do it as well. I think 2 years ago now. And so now I'm expanding it and I want to teach more people, but to just teach it in a group setting. It's a whole lot easier to teach it in a group setting than it is one on one. And so that's what I'm doing. So for anybody that is watching, if you are like, hey, I would not mind making an extra 20, 30, 40K a year, working a couple hours a week, making money off my cell phone, just put a one in the chat. If you're like, hey, you know what? That sounds okay to me. That sounds pretty good to me. If you can meet one person and potentially make thousands of dollars in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Or an hour, right? That's not a bad deal. So that's essentially what I do selling print. The opportunities are endless when it comes to selling print because you have so many different niches. But before I get into that, I'm just going to give a little backstory on myself. I want to connect with everybody that I'm teaching because I don't want somebody to look from the aspect of, oh, she's already doing it. Of course, she's going to say it's easy, right? Because she's already doing it. And so I want everybody to understand that I am literally just like you. I literally have a story of overcoming adversity. And so if I can do it, anybody else can do it as well. All right. So thank you again for being here. And let's go ahead and jump into it. So, my story. I grew up in government housing. Literally, it was not the best of conditions, bug infested government housing. I grew up with four younger siblings. Well, originally three younger siblings, and then one came later on. I watched my mom struggle. So my mom struggled to feed us. Sometimes she skipped meals. She could not eat because she was making sure that we could eat. She didn't have enough money for everybody to eat. Some Saturdays we would go to Sam's Club just so we can eat samples, so we can have something to eat during the day. When I was a kid, my mom made it fun. I didn't really understand what was happening. We just had a good time trying out new foods. And so now that I am an adult and I'm able to look back, I can say, wow, okay, my mom really was doing whatever she could to make sure that we didn't miss any meals. We had times where we had to bathe out of buckets because our water got cut off. My grandma would bring over gallons of water from her house, and we would take turns bathing out of a bucket, right? So, and this is even when things got a little better, just my parents not having like financial education and understanding like how to manage finances. We still went through hard times and nobody really knew. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. But we were somewhat of a close knit family, right? It was our normal, right? But it wasn't everybody else's. Um, then I became a mom at 16. And so my life changed. I was no longer worried about myself anymore. I now had a child to worry about. So after that, I did have this certain ambition or like this drive to just do better in life, right? To provide a better lifestyle for my child than what I had been afforded, right? And so knowing that my mom did the best she could, but just seeing, okay, what's some different paths, right, that I could take to make sure that my child had a better life. Okay. So I graduated high school early. I went to college and then things got difficult. Life started lifing, right? And so um we all hear about people going to college and getting their degrees, but a lot of people don't tell you that when you go into college, life doesn't just stop, right? It doesn't go on pause while you're in school. It's still happening. And so that's what was happening for me. And so I struggled going in and out of college. I ended up getting married at the age of 21, and I was in a domestic violence situation. And so through that domestic violence situation, I ended up pregnant. My husband walked away like maybe 8 weeks after I found out. When I found out I was pregnant, I was about 8 weeks, and my husband had walked away. And it was a hard time for me. I had to rebuild my entire life. I had lost everything due to him and his violence at my job. I lost my job. I lost eventually my car. I lost my place. I had to rebuild my life from scratch and move back in with my parents, who didn't really have the space, the money, right, to take care of me. My daughter, who at the time was about 3 or 4 years old, and then I had a new baby coming, right, and eventually that baby. So from building my life up from that, I was able to obtain a job through the welfare program. And if you don't know what that is, it's a government program where they give you a very small check every month, right? And so they had a job class, and they had a job fair that I went to, and I ended up getting a job with social services. So I went from being on the benefits to working at the company. It was a contract job, but I literally worked my butt off. It ended up becoming permanent, worked my way up. I still wasn't making much money, but I had a decent job, right? I still had a decent job. I still dealt with some homelessness. I dealt with a couple of different things while still working on that job. But I was able to switch gears a little bit, went a different route, and I decided, okay, I need to make more money, right? So what can I do? How can I meet a need? And so I decided to become an entrepreneur. And I started a business not thinking it would be what it was. I just needed some extra money. And so I ended up making six figures in the business. I think I hit six figures at like my year two and a half mark, going into my year three. I had made six figures in sales, just selling print, right? And so that was crazy to me, even when I looked at the numbers and realizing that I had made that much money. It was just kind of like, how did this even happen, right? And so I was just going about it. It really wasn't structured, right? So I was able to look back, see the things that I was doing that was working, see what wasn't working, and kind of compile it together and start accelerating it. And so I ended up getting a brick and mortar. I had a brick and mortar for 2.5 years. Um, and I had a shop and different business owners and stuff that were in the space as well. And so things have just it completely turned around. A whole, what is it? I want to say 360, because they say that's going back to the beginning. So a whole 180, right? Going from the way I grew up, right, in like bug infested government housing to now being a homeowner and making six figures and happily married, and I have four beautiful children now. So that's a little bit about my story. So, who this training is for? This training is for any working professional who needs some extra income, maybe a college student, or a new or amateur graphic designer, a stay-at-home moms, anybody who pretty much just needs some extra income, but they don't have a lot of extra time, right? I need to make some extra money, but I don't want to spend hours and hours or years and years in college or learning a new skill. I kind of want to learn this thing and start making some money, right? So if that's you, this is for you. And if that sounds like you, go ahead and put an emoji in the chat. It can be whatever y'all want. Just put emoji in the chat. It can be a smiley face or a funny gift or whatever. If that sounds like you, and you're like, okay, you know what? That's me. Like this is definitely for me. Cool beans, cool beans. I like the upside down smile and then the other regular smiles. I like that. Oh, cool, cool. All right. So my old life, I was dealing with some financial stress, obviously, right? Going through a situation, being young, losing my job. I was living paycheck to paycheck when I did have a job. My job was really unfulfilling. It was a thankless job. And so I ended up in a situation where I had to start pawning my stuff. I remember one time me and my husband were in a pawn shop, and we were pawning one of the kids' video games that we had got for Christmas because we just needed some extra cash. And one of our colleagues walked in. And I remember being so embarrassed, right? Because we were standing at that counter and we was realizing like he's about to realize that we're in here pawning our stuff. And I looked at my husband, told him like never again will we ever have to pawn our stuff again, right? And so I'm glad to say, since that day we have never had to do that. So we have definitely came a long way. And so now with my new life, right? I'm a six-figure earner. I own a storefront business, like I mentioned before. I have worked with some major brands like Ben and Jerry's, the public school systems, NC Justice Center, some Cheney, which is a the chef that owns Cheney is a restaurant here, is a world renowned chef. A lot of businesses that y'all probably see if you're in the RDU area. I know everybody's not in the RDU area. um I am currently or have worked with, right? And so this has given me the ability to work with brands that I love Ben and Jerry's. I used to go to Ben and Jerry's every day in college. It was right across the street from Meredith. I used to go, my friend worked there. I used to go and help her close up shop every night and get some free ice cream, right? And so going from that into actually working with Ben and Jerry's and printing for them was like really amazing and eye-opening for me with the potentials that you can have with selling print. Okay. And so now I have a limitless mindset. Before I had a limited thinking and limited skew because of how my upbringing. And now I have a different mindset. Now I know like the possibilities are endless. So the results, right? So the results from this webinar is I hope that you guys can learn how you can sell on print online, right? Start a new business, or it could just be a side gig. You don't have to, it don't even have to be a whole new business. You can just invest a couple hours like I have, right? And make some additional money, right? Not bad. So you also can make sales online even if you're an introvert, right? And so that's the way that I teach because I was introverted and it may not seem like it because I'm up here talking to y'all on a webinar, right? But trust me, I was the kid that was sweating bullets in class when I had to get up and present in front of everybody. Literally, in college, I failed English one time because I just didn't even show up to class. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing it, right? And so, even if you're an introvert, the way I teach, I will teach you how you can still make sales online, even if you're an introvert. You can still show up online without having it be unnatural, right? And so, I actually have a free ebook if you want to learn how you can go from a wallflower to being in the spotlight, if that is your desire, right? I do have a free ebook for everybody that's on the call today. And if you want that ebook, you can drop introvert in the chat and I'll make sure that you get that ebook. So, key concepts. What is print marketing? How do I sell print? Right? Who do I sell it to? And why should I even sell print? Okay. So, cool. I'll make sure you get that. And all right. So, what is print marketing? Print marketing is a form of marketing that utilizes print media. So, any type of print media that you can think of. When I say print media, I mean print materials, right? It could be flyers, it could be a banner, it could be the billboards. I don't know if you guys know, but those billboards that you see that are not digital, some of them are actually made with banners, right? So that's print marketing. It could be postcards that you get in the mail, right? You get postcards from different businesses. It could be brochures. All of that is print marketing. How do you sell it? Well, you sell it a few different ways. Word of mouth, that I've made the most money by word of mouth. Believe it or not, literally, like it's times where I'm like, I'm not even gonna sell. I stop posting. I'm done. I'm on vacation, whatever. And somebody done told somebody that I sell something, and I'm still making money because I'm getting orders via word of mouth. So word of mouth is extremely, extremely powerful. Posting online, obviously, posting on social media. You got TikTok, you have Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, Pinterest. You got Lemon 8 now. It's so many different places you can post. And you don't have to post on all of them. You can just pick one. My thing is Facebook. I love Facebook, so I post there the most. I also will post on Instagram as well. Sorry if y'all hear a funny noise. That's just my phone going off. Um, but you can post anywhere online, right? You can also search groups and hashtags. So this is another way to make a lot of money, right? Leveraging groups. If you are like, hey, I want to sell to real estate agents, go get in some free real estate groups. And when you do your introduction post, tell them, hey, I want to connect and network with real estate agents. I sell, right, business cards for real estate agents, or I sell brochures for real estate agents, or custom merch or custom mugs, right? I would love to work with you guys. If I have a chance, drop you a little link. Right, it's a little shameless plug in your intro. Okay, I do this all the time. I did it in a group one time that had 20,000 people. And I don't know why I did that day. I was actually at work that day, not thinking. And my phone was ringing off the hook. I had 40 calls that day from that introduction post. So leveraging other people's audience is extremely powerful. Normally you have to pay, but if you do it right, the way I just told y'all, that's a little hack, right? If you find these groups, do an introduction post. And when you're introducing yourself, tell them what it is that you do and what you offer, but don't make it salesy, right? Make it seem like, hey, I'm here to give you value. I want to work with you. I want to connect with you. And I'm interested to see what you guys do. Okay. You can also run ads. I have ran ads. I don't run them a lot, but running ads does help with getting a more awareness about your business. You can also go to networking events and just talk to people. If you go to church, you can just tell people at church, right? And there's more ways as well, but these are some of the main ways. So, who you can sell print to, right? You're going to be selling it to consumers. Those are your everyday people that are having birthday parties, weddings. They're having graduation parties. They're having retirement parties, right? Just the regular everyday person. You can also sell to your church family, like I just mentioned. You can sell to the church yourself. We all know if you've been in church, yeah, they be having conferences all the time. Okay, so I also print for a couple local churches as well. And so they're always looking for print materials. You can sell to your friends. Now, I will say this because a lot of people, when they start a business and their friends don't buy from them, they get a little butthurt. Do not expect your family and friends to buy from you. They might be the last, right? They literally might be the last ones to buy from you, but don't take it personally, okay? Don't take it personally. Nobody owes you anything. When you're starting a business, you really have to go out there and network with strangers and find strangers. Those are going to be your customers, strangers, right? But eventually those friends will come around. And if you have close friends, they'll want to support you, okay? And they will. And so then you can also sell to entrepreneurs. This is my niche. I like to sell to business owners, and I've moved up to selling with corporations as well. Like I told y'all before, I'm selling to Ben and Jerry's, right? Some restaurants and things of that nature. Um, but you can sell to entrepreneurs. They always need flyers, business cards, stickers, labels. Those are some of the most popular things, banners, tablecloths for entrepreneurs. You can sell to corporations. You can sell just envelopes. I ordered one time, it was $1,500 by just selling the justice system envelopes, literally. We just sold them custom envelopes. That was a $1,500 sale that I made in I'm gonna say 2 days to be honest, because they wanted to come and fill it the different paper types. Not everybody does that, but in this case they did, right? And so she picked her paper, and on that by day 2, we was collecting the check, right? $1,500 in 48 hours for selling envelopes. If y'all think that's not bad, just put hey, not bad in the chat. Just say not bad. If you wouldn't mind making $1,500 in 2 days just selling some envelopes, okay? And I'm gonna show y'all how y'all don't have to do this without having any type of equipment as well. Okay. That's just the thing. I don't want anybody to think, well, I don't got no way to print no envelopes. Not bad. Cool. You can also sell to schools. Schools are always having something going on. Another great way to get your name out there too is to sponsor your kids' schools, right? You can give them a banner to post on their fencing. They normally have a fencing or advertisement there for their sponsors, right? You can sell to schools. Schools can be a little bit different. They might make you go through a certain system that you would sign up for, but I mean, I would do it if I can make thousands of dollars, right? I do it. I go sign up. And etc. So there's so many different ones I didn't get into, like medical professionals, funeral homes. It's just endless, 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 right? But why should you sell print, right? If you could be selling anything else, why should you sell print? You can lever whatever audience that you currently already have and start making some extra cash. Literally, you can start leveraging the audience that you have. And trust me, if you're like, hey, I don't have an audience, yes, you do. You're in some kind of club, some kind of group, you're in a church or go to a church, right? But you have a friend group. You work with people, right? If you're working, you have neighbors, you have some type of group or community that you are connected to who's going to or probably currently needs some type of print. Their child is starting a business, or maybe their husband is starting a business, or a family member, right? Or maybe they're about to have a birthday party and they need a backdrop. Everybody you know at some point is going to need some type of print. Also, people are spending money on print every single day, right? You go in the Office Depot, there's always a line of people lined up there ready to buy print or waiting to buy some print or there to pick up their items. People are buying print every day. There's events happening every single day. There's business events, personal events, right? So why not have them spend that money with you, right? If they're going to spend anyways, why not have them spend that money with you? But let's get into how you're going to do this, okay? So this is the fun part. This is how the magic happens, okay? So a client pays for an order, right? So 1,000 business cards, I charge about $100 for 1,000 business cards. Okay, so the client is going to pay you for the order. You're going to tell them, hey, cash at me, or you're going to send them an invoice, or however you want to take the payments. Hey, cash at me. You're going to turn around and pay a vendor. Okay, if you don't know what a vendor is, it's essentially any business that you can hire to do the job. All right. So you're going to pay that company, right? In this case, my vendor that I use for business cards, they only charge $29. Okay. So my client's going to pay me $100. I'm going to go pay my vendor $29. My vendor is going to print those cards. They're going to ship them directly to my client. My client gets the order. I made $79. Right? Is that good? If it's good, put a thumbs up in the chat. If you need me to repeat it or break it down some more, just say, hey, can you break that down? All right. So that's how we're making the money. That's how we're selling the print, right? That is the process. Cool. That's the process. Okay. So I like that, Amber. That's like I like that thumbs up. I don't know if you got that special or what, but I need that one. All right. So this is how we're making the money. This is how we're selling the print. So for this, I'm giving y'all some, I don't know if y'all know this, but I'm giving y'all some free vendors that you can use, right? Okay. If y'all recognize any of the logos I have up here at the top, put the names in the chat. That's all right. Put the names in the chat. I'm gonna see before I start saying them. If y'all recognize any of these 4 logos up here, these are all vendors. Just put the name in the chat. If anybody can answer that question, right? If y'all like, I don't know who these companies are, you might know. Okay, all right. We got Canva, Fiverr. All right. All right, cool. So y'all already familiar Etsy? That's right. Y'all already familiar with some of these vendors, which means you already know about Canva is amazing. You already know about some of these vendors. Like you're already familiar with them, right? And so people are making thousands of dollars by using these vendors, right? And they're already selling print and making money. So Etsy, like I said before, you can go on Etsy say and see who's selling business cards, right? You can go on Canva. Canva prints business cards. We got Fiverr, and I'll talk about Fiverr last. But this one is actually called Printify. And on Printify, you can get custom merch printed, like t-shirts and all types of crazy things, custom mugs and tote bags. Printify is insane. Like it is insane, okay? And so these are some of the vendors that you can use to go ahead and start doing this today, start making some money today. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Fiverr, okay? And why Fiverr is the key to making even more money than just selling print. So, what goes hand in hand with print? I don't know if anybody can tell me. Just put it in the chat. When you think of print, what will they need before they can actually print an item, right? I want to see if anybody will get it right. A logo, okay. Close, close. An image or idea. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give one more minute. If anybody got anything else they want to add to that, I'm gonna give it 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Anybody else want to add to that, or we good? All right, cool. So I'm gonna take what y'all said and I'm going to put it together. A logo and an image or idea. Put it together. That's a design, right? So before you print something, you need a design. And so if you're like, look, I'm not a graphic designer. I don't know how to design. I can't put together nothing. Okay. The only thing I know how to do is use Microsoft Paint, and I don't even think we have that anymore. So, what you would do is, if let's say you have a client, your client needs business cards, and there are templates on Canva you can use right now. To go up there, you can drag and drop and play, change the text on Canva, right? And you can design that business card. Some of y'all might already be doing that. But let's say you're like, hey, I don't know how to do that. Well, you can go to fiverr.com. You can find somebody for $5 to design that business card for your client. Okay. Starting at $5. Depends on how, of course, the person you would pay $5 versus the person that's charging $25, that design is going to be different, right? One is going to be, let's say, easily say one is going to be better than the other. Okay. And so what you do is you outsource that cost to your client. So instead of your client paying you $100, you say, hey, if you need design services, we'll do that for you as well for $140, $150, right? Some people charge upwards of $175, right? And so you'll go on Fiverr and let's say you got extra $40, right? Go on Fiverr, you'll pay somebody who's charging $15 to design that card. Okay. So now you just made an extra, I don't know, 25 or so bucks, right? So you went from $79 to making almost a $100 profit. Okay. So the graphic designer is going to design that file. They're going to send it to you, send it to your client approves it. Okay, great. Now you have your design and you go on Canva or Etsy or wherever and print it. Okay. You can go to Office Depot and print it if you wanted to. I mean, I'm gonna feel some type of way, but you can. You can, right? So you can go and get that printed. You can even say, "Hey, dear, like, you know what I'm saying? I got a client who needs something printed. Can you give me a wholesale price or something, right? And I can print it for you." There's so many different vendors, right? I didn't even mention it. I would be a vendor as well that you can use to get this stuff printed. Okay. And so that's essentially how we're making money. So I'm gonna go over this one more time. And I didn't even get into the nitty gritty about Fiverr, but if you can get business cards designed, just imagine what else you can get designed, right? You can get custom tents designed. You can get banners and backdrops design. You can get photos, brochures. It's endless. And it all can be done with Fiverr. Fiverr is a plug. Actually, can we drop that in the chat too? The link for Fiverr, the link for Etsy, Canva, and Printify, please. Can we drop all the free vendors that I mentioned in the chat for everybody? Thank you so much. All right. So real quick. So this is the nitty gritty. I told y'all I wanted to get straight into it. And by the end of this, I wanted y'all to know how y'all can sell print and start making some money. And so this is what you'll do, right? Client pays for the order. You're going to charge your client whatever your price is. Obviously, you want to look and see what your vendor is charging, right? Because we want to make some money, right? This is my vendor cost. It might be higher. More than likely, it's going to be higher on Etsy. It's going to be higher on Canva to get these things printed, right? It may or may not be. But typically, it's going to be higher than $29, but you can set your price, right? So you set your price, your client pays for the order for 1,000 business cards. You pay that vendor, the vendor will print and ship them directly to the client. You want to make sure you get their shipping address. That's super important. Details are going to be important in this if you're going to do it. Your client gets the order, yay, they're happy, they contact you. Thank you so much. I got my cards, right? This is amazing. Now I can start making money. Now your client's making money, right? And you make the difference, okay? So that's what we're doing. That's what you're doing. Printify was the last one. Okay. So, how can I help you? Okay. So you can go and start doing exactly what I just taught you. You can start making money today, right? You can literally go and figure it out. You can DIY it. You can go on YouTube University. You got everything you need to start making money and start selling print, right? I gave y'all everything. I gave y'all the secret sauce to what I do. Okay. But like I said before, there's more vendors than this. There's vendors that can give you better prices. There are ways that you can make more money. There's ways that you can avoid the headache, the DIY, and all that, right? So you can skip to you the YouTube videos. You can skip the headache of failing miserably because I did when I started this out doing it on my own DIY. I failed miserably. All right. You don't have to do it alone. You don't. You can borrow the years that I have invested, right? And learn how to do this to the capacity that I'm doing it now, right? And you can learn how to do it faster. You can learn from my mistakes. You can learn directly from me. You can be more successful and be faster than I was, right? I want y'all to be more successful, more faster. I told y'all I only do this part time. I still only do it part time. I don't have to invest more money, more time into it, right? As of right now, it's just me. I only do it a couple hours a week, right? Now, do I get a day or two that I was up late in the office or trying to print out orders? Yes, but that's because I was doing it on my own. I was buying all these printers and the ink and stuff, and I was trying to do it on my own, trying to print everything on my own, and it was a disaster, right? I see people in the groups now, hey, what printer should I get? I'm like, please don't do it. If I told y'all how much money I invested on printers, y'all would scream and call me crazy. Not even knowing that I could literally go and pay somebody to do this for me and ship it to my clients. Shipping has become a disaster, right? He talking about you would. Shipping has become a disaster. I recently shipped something because I still do some of my orders in-house, right? Certain things like labels. And so if I choose to, we don't have to. And so I shipped it with UPS. Didn't know UPS has this new thing where after you ship something, if they had to use extra fuel, they will charge you a separate fee on the back end. Insane, right? That is insane. You would think I already paid you all this money up front, and it cost me almost $200 to ship that. It was a big order, right? And I still got charged another, I think, $20 or $30 afterwards. It was crazy, right? And I could have outsource that job and not worried about that. That's why I'm trying to help y'all learn from my mistakes. I've already told y'all how to avoid one pitfall, right? And one failure, trying to do it all on your own, right? You don't have to have any equipment to do this, right? The only equipment you would need at the very least is a cell phone. You can use cell phone to get on Canva. You can use your cell phone to get on Fiverr. You can use your cell phone to get on any of the apps that I mentioned. You can do all of this off of your cell phone if that's all you have. If you have a laptop, that's even better. Okay. So if you are interested in working with me, not only will you be able to avoid all of these mistakes, you will get access to my wholesale pricing. Okay. So you get access to my vendors with the wholesale pricing, my whole entire vendor list, vetted vendor list, excuse me, that's a tongue twister. And so these are vendors that I have vetted and I have spent countless of dollars working with, right, over the past 4 years that I know are good vendors. Okay. So you also are going to get discounted print services for your own business. So this is the other cheat code about this. Not only can you offer this to your clients, and you can scale it out. Let's say you do want to sponsor your kids' team, or right, for a banner. Instead of going to Office Depot and printing for 150, 75 bucks, right? You can get that banner printed for 35, 50 bucks, depending on the size. Normally about what you would spend at Office Depot, that banner would cost me $35. Wouldn't that be nice that you can start sponsoring your church events? You can sponsor kids events. You can sponsor nonprofit events. I just sponsored an all white dinner, right, for a nonprofit organization that was dedicated to young girls. My husband went. It was amazing. It was beautiful. We was able to sponsor that event and sponsor them some programs for that event, and they was able to raise money for those girls, right? And so I wouldn't have been able to do that had I not known what I know and doing what I'm doing right now. Okay, so you'll also get discounted print services for yourself, for your business. If you need to print yourself some business cards, I can print myself some business cards right now for, I told y'all, right, $29. I can get myself 1,000 business cards for myself. So not only are you able to sell these products, but you're also able to save money for your very own business. Okay. So if y'all interested in hearing some more and learning more about how you can work with me personally, can we throw a one in the chat real quick? If you're not, you're like, hey, I got everything I need. I'm ready to go make some money. You can go ahead. And if you want to, you can drop off. But if you're interested, just interested in hearing more about learning with me, just put a one in the chat about how y'all can avoid some of the mistakes that I made. Cool beans, cool beans, cool beans. She said, I need all the help I can get. I got you. That's funny because the second person I ever taught, she said the same thing. No problem, Whitney. Thank you for coming. She said the same thing. She was like, look, I need all the help I can get. I meant to put her review up here too so y'all can see it, but I'll have it for the next one. But she was like, look, I was a single mom, like, and Dia was so patient with me. And because, like I said before, for the ones that was on when I was telling my story, right? I was a single mom. I was a single mom for about 5 years. So I understand. I understand. I'm patient. I'm able to work with you. I'm able to work in a style that works with you, right? Right. We want to avoid the headaches. We trying to get straight to the money and we want to do it faster and we want to do it the right way. All right. So I have started a print academy. Before I told you guys I was working one-on-one with people. Now I'm no longer doing that. So I have a certification course that will help you become a certified print broker, right? And so this course is virtual, is self-paced. But if you are local, we will have an in-person orientation where you'll get your sample, a little sample book. You will get your like a tote bag, some gifts from me, right? And we'll get to meet each other, right? If you're local or in the area where you can come. If you're not, that's fine. It will be virtual. I will ship those items to you and you'll be able to join us virtually. Okay. You'll get lifetime access to the course. That means whenever I update it or I learn something new or I have a new cool vendor, right? I'll throw it in there and you'll get access to that too. So whenever I change something, you won't have to pay again. You already have access to it. You'll get a workbook for the course. You'll also get weekly live Q&A sessions. If you have a client who wants to buy something, you like, I don't know what's happening. The first person I ever taught, it's literally as soon as we did our first, like, after our first 2 sessions, she had a bride that contacted her and wanted to put custom window decals on the entire building where she was getting married at, right? And my student called me like, oh my God. How do I do this, right? How do I get the measurements? I'm like, okay, breathe, let's figure this out. And I literally walked her through that, right? And so that's what you would get from me. You'll get those weekly live Q&A sessions. You'll also get 2 1-hour sessions with me, right, that you can use throughout the remainder of 2024. And then we will have an in-person graduation ceremony dinner. Yay! So we get to eat. I love to eat. I don't know about y'all. I love to eat. So we can celebrate together and then you will get your certificate. If you are not local, then it will be shipped to you if not able to come. Right. You also would be added to my private Facebook community mastermind that will be just for this academy. All right. So you get all those things. So most people say, listen, I'm an introvert, right? I don't know if I can sell, so I'm nervous. I don't know if I want to like jump into this because it sounds cool, but I don't know how to sell. Don't look. Remember what I said before. I was an introvert as well. If I could do it, you can do it. And I'm gonna literally walk your hand and show you what to post, how to post it, right? So you can start making that money, right? For those of you like this seems like a lot to learn, trust me. Of course, it's gonna take some hard work, meaning you're gonna have to be active with it, but it's really not hard at all. If you can make an order online, and I know y'all can, because I know y'all was like me shopping online on Amazon during the pandemic, you can do this, okay? And for anybody that's like, look, I can't afford this, or afford to do invest in anything crazy right now. Look, you can't afford to not do it. The way the economy is going right now, everybody need to make some extra cash. And if you're trying to save money, a penny pinching is just not gonna cut it, right? Like the economy is going insane. Okay. So for my course and that program, right? It's a self-paced course. It is about a period of 8 weeks from the time of orientation until the time of the graduation, but it's still self-paced, right? You can take your own pace with it, right? So that is actually $34.97. That is the value of it. But we have some beta seats that we're giving away. So that beta price is $9.97. Okay. It only lasts until August 1st, right? And so that gives you everything I said before, lifetime access to the course, resource lists, vendor lists, and toolkits as well. So you get all of that, right? And to lock it in, the only thing you have to do is just pay a deposit, right? You just pay a deposit of $97. And that deposit, well, you do have to do application first, right? To see if it makes sense for you. And then after you pay the $97, that will hold your seat for the course that's going to start, right? It's going to start August 1st. Okay. And so if you're interested in like, hey, I want to pay my deposit or I want to talk to you about a payment plan, I want to talk to you about how I can lock this in. I want to go ahead and pay everything up front right now. I got the whole 997. I want to jump in, right? Whatever your questions are, you can personally DM me. You can put me in the chat and then we'll reach out to you. All right. And we'll make sure you get everything that you need. We'll make sure you get the links. You can also apply. Actually, I will put my website link here. So you can apply if you're interested, even if you're like, okay, maybe not today, but I want to go ahead and just apply, right? I want you to have my information so you can reach out to me, okay? We are currently in the process of reaching out to different people, trying to see if we can get some scholarships as well. And so, thank you. He beat me to the punch. See if we can get some scholarships for some people because I really want to teach more people. But if you are interested, you can go to deamorthebrand.com and you can go ahead and apply today. Once you apply, we get your application. We'll send you all the links for you to make your deposit and go ahead and get in and get your seat held. Okay. I only have a few seats for the 997 price. I think I have like maybe 4, right? And so go ahead and drop in there. Yep, thank you. He said 4. Thank you. We got 4 beta seats for the 997, okay? And so I don't want to hold y'all up all day. I want to take some questions in just a second. For anybody that's like, okay, I'm not really quite ready to jump in with 997, right? But I do want to learn more, right? You can learn how to do print on demand, right? Which is essentially what I was teaching you guys earlier. If you kind of want a little more, right, information in like a step-by-step guide, I have an ebook for $27 that'll teach you how to go in and do print on demand. That's working with Printful and Printify. It'll show you how to set up your shop, how to literally set up a shop where you can have people going in and buying print. Like I said, they pay, right? You buy from the vendor, it gets shipped to them. I do have that ebook for $27. If you want that ebook, you can get it on my website as well. It's underneath, I think, the services tab, and I think it says shop, right? And it's a link to that ebook. And then if you're like, hey, I want the course, I kind of need to see you doing it. Like, and you need to see me going on the website, clicking here, right? If you need that, if you need a little bit more hand holding, right? Not quite ready to take the course for a print worker yet to learn about everything, but you want to learn more about the print on demand. I do have a quick print on demand course for $97, right? And so you can also, I think you can get to it from dmwaterbrand.com. It might not be up there. But if it's not up there, then I will get you guys the link. I know it's on my link tree. Let me just post my link tree in the chat. Do you have my link tree, Malik? I'll post that in the chat for the $97 course. Let me see if I can.
I don't.
That's okay. I'm gonna see if I can copy this from my phone and drop it in here. It let me do this before, but it might not let me do it now. That's all right. It's not that long.
By the way, real quick, I'm sorry, y'all. If I was the personal message I was sending is because I'm doing it for her. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I apologize for that if it just seemed a little creepy.
But you creeping people out in here?
Well, I was originally sending the personal messages, doing just to one person. So yeah, I did a couple.
Gotcha. Yeah, you can go and throw it all in the chat. Okay, y'all. That looks crazy, but hopefully it works as a link. It didn't pop up as a link, but yeah, that's the link to a print on demand course. But I can also, I'm gonna drop it all in the Facebook group for everybody, so everybody will have access to it. You have access to that. She said, "I know what you really." All right, so I want to open up for any questions that anybody
Wait,
has.
real quick, is it the Laylux Prince one?
Laylux Prince, it's not. I think it's the Dea Morris.
Okay.
I should have just dropped the link tree, right?
Yeah, there was one right. There's this one that I just.
It's actually
It
with
has everything on it. Yeah.
DSO Amazing. That's the one.
Okay.
Linktree./DSO Amazing or whatever.
Okay, I'll get it. Hang on.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So for anybody that has questions right now, I want to just answer any questions that you might have about, I mean, it could be about anything that I said before. Be like, hey, okay, I kind of want to sell this, right? Can you tell me more about how I can sell this? You can come off mute and you can literally ask your questions and I will answer your questions for you. You can drop them in the chat too. So I give about what we got, 10 minutes? Yeah, so 10 minutes for any questions.
So I'll put the right link tree in there.
Yep, it's the second one. Thank you. You're amazing. Everybody good? Nobody have any questions? That was was that easy to understand? I want to make sure this was really easy to understand. I really wanted to break it down so you guys would have enough that you need to go out there and start doing it today if you wanted to, right? And so if that was good and easy to understand, awesome. Thank you so much. That's great feedback for me, right? Or let me know if I need to tweak anything. And thank you guys for coming as well. Thank you, Amber, for being here. I gotta figure out how I can get that cool emoji. Okay, awesome, awesome, no problem. Thank you so much. Definitely share it, definitely share it. Thank you so much for being here. And y'all let me know how I can help y'all and support y'all as well. All right. So if y'all don't have any questions, we can go ahead and end it. I love all the emojis. We can go ahead and end it. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to post the links again in the Facebook group so everybody will have it. And again, and when I have anything else to update or teach anything more, I will do another one of these webinars again. I think I want to do another one that's a little bit more specific to certain things dealing with certain niches pretty much of how you can sell and who you can sell to and what you can sell specifically. So if y'all be interested in that, I will be posting that soon. Other than that, awesome. Yay. Yes, that's so dope. Yes. Like the beauty industry, that's one, right? Because I know you're in the beauty industry. So, and I have a couple clients that's in the beauty industry that I print for as well. That industry is it's insanely untapped on the print side, and they need a lot of print stuff. So if you're already tapped into that industry, then you good to go. You good to go. I got a client right now. She's opening up like her third salon location, and all of the estheticians that's in that salon, they all need business cards, right? She needs a backdrop for her new location for her grand opening. So she's always changing things. She wants thank you cards and stuff like that. So it's definitely a lot of potential of making some money in the beauty industry. So I want to make more niche down webinars in the future. I don't know how I'm gonna time them out, maybe like once a month. But yeah, I'll have that coming. Yay. Awesome. So thank y'all so much for coming. I enjoyed y'all. I enjoyed teaching this to y'all too. It was really fun, right? And so I hope I get to work with you guys in any capacity. Again, thank you for spending your morning with me, and y'all have a blessed day. See y'all next time.